What's good, gamers?
Oh my
We are
God.
back with Suffer.
Yo.
You are back with a deck that plays
Brave cards.
Brave cards.
Oh my god.
What else is in there?
It's a bit of a small pile. It's Dragon Link, but with some spicy things that made it a little bit better.
Okay, so why would you play this deck?
Because it doesn't lose anything. You have like... I play Italy, so I don't lose to Dark Rooter that often because I have like 6 quick play spells and quick launch and Italy that I can chain in the Dragon Link deck. And with Hot Rod on the field, it's really strong. Plus I can just make Chaos Ruler way more often, since like P.U.N.K cards are in this deck as well. There's no room for hand traps anymore, but I feel like you just don't really need them since the deck can just break through any field except for side blocks, I guess, which you just have to dodge or open droplet. Or wind post siding, since you do side like a bunch of hand traps. But yeah, it's 43, I think, right now. I think, considering like bigger events, you should maybe like cut P.U.N.Ks because it's a bit cope and play hand traps, you know. Since that is might be a little bit better, but I can just show up the list real quick. So, standard Brave line. It's one Faithful. I don't think you need any more. Since like the only reason I would ever play more is in like if Striker becomes popular again, since it has like a little bit of a boost lately since the YCS win. But then you should also play like 2 of the quick draw to outmine more often. I don't see it ever coming up. Same as the Legal Knight. It's really sick going second, but going first it just never really comes up and it's most often just used as a level 7 extender, which you don't really need. But yeah, there are 10 Brave cards. Then the P.U.N.K engine, which is just used to make Chaos Ruler and H.E.L.K, and then you can just combo through. You really just want to see Italy. Like, these cards suck. So, like, I really think the P.U.N.K cards are, like, garbage. This card's, like, -1 at all times. You just need a good discard with it. This card's absolutely fucking dog shit. And this card is, like, only good if you summon it from this. So you just want to see this, and for that to play 3 bricks, I don't know. It's a bit odd. They're also Earth. Like, this one is light, so milling this from Chaos Ruler can be okay. But milling these is just not good at all. So you just want to see this card. So it's just a little bit of a 50-50. But if you see this card, you're basically winning in combination with Right. Since Chaos Ruler is insane in this deck. Then Dragons, the baby thingies, what are they called? The Red Rose Dragons. Starts at 1, which is sad, otherwise we'll play Tangies. The Black Metal with 1 of the Darkness. And then Rockets. Smallest engine possible, I think. You don't really want to see this, you just want to play to it, since it doesn't really like get you any plays, and if you want to extend with it, you need to like lock yourself into the dark. This card is insane if Striker Dragons had more than one, since then you can just like extend. And I used to play 2 of each of these, since you use them turn 1 and then turn 2 you can like summon this from spheres and get follow play in these cards. Like you can search this for turn 3, normal hit, summon this back, make a Synchro 8. But since I play the P.U.N.K cards, I make Chaos Ruler way more often turn 1. So having this as follow-up doesn't really come up. And with Borrel end in the deck, now you don't really end on spheres that often anymore. So like opening these cards more often isn't really worth it for like a better turn 3, I guess, when it doesn't really come up. Then we have more dragons in Chaos Space, another broken spell card, which this deck is just basically built around, like Right, Italy, Quick Launch, Chaos Space. So I want to see like the best spells in the game. Because like shuffling back Striker Dragon is like insta win. Then the 2 field spells, Snow, Call By, and 3 droplets to have like a little bit of an easier going second. I did like droplet for 5 today against the Lunar Light board because he had like everything. So I just had to droplet my whole hand away, pitch Epsilon Router, search Synchron, normal summon Synchron, go off. Which was
nice.
quite sick. I think it's 43 in the main. It does need some changes. Like I would like to play hand traps. I would like to like maybe fit in some more stuff. Maybe even try to cut the whole Brave engine and play like safer and shit like that. But I feel like Brave cards with this card still legal, which it probably isn't going to be for a while, is just way too much value. Like making Helk with a Griffin on the field just insta wins. Plus it makes her going second like way better. Since Right is just such an insane card going second. So then for the extra deck, it's Striker Dragon, Pisty, Spheres, Romulus, Helk, and Dark for the like low links. The only card you can like cut these right now, I think. Like these four are mandatory for like combo lines, of course, and this card's absolutely broken. But this card comes up in like bad hands, and this card with DPE out of like the format right now doesn't really come up at all. Like I use it quite often to like maybe steal a tuner or like extend it to a unicorn, but it most often isn't really necessary. So I would maybe try to fit in quad Borrel instead of one of these two. I've probably got Dark for that, since more rockets equals more good. But yeah, like right now this was fine. Then Unicorn and Triple Burst, combo, and Unicorn is like broken. Then Access Code Talker. This is still in the deck to like close out games, since we now do have this. This card's absolutely broken.
Buy it.
Yeah, this card is dumb as shit, dude. Like, Dragon Link had a big problem where, like, you could break boards easily, but it in the sense of, like, baiting out everything. And then clearing the field was always kind of awkward. But right now you can just make the Borrel end, make, like, Fleur, Hot Red, Savage, and this kills every card on the field, then the rest is game. So, like, it just makes it way easier to close out games. Also, like, siding Dark Ruler now becomes actually an option. Since before you like Dark Ruler and then you had to like make big boys for battle phase and clear their field, and then you like had to give up some of the negates to make like this to clear out the field, you know? So this card adds like a lot of value. Plus like the rockets get way better. Just making this with like a Chaos Ruler, then being able to summon back the rocket Synchron to extend it to more stuff, it's just insanely dumb. And it gives you more follow-up, so like this card is absolutely nuts. And Access Code is Access Code Talker, of course. And then the 5 Synchros. This card should be at 2. Yeah, like, Sand Snow. Card's good. Also, both siding this card's insane. Baron, and then the Savage thingy. This card got better with Battle End. Since, like, people got this, I think, when Borrel End wasn't released yet. But right now you can make this very often, since you just end on Borrel End, summon back the Synchron with this, go into this. And yeah, Mills 5 broken, and this card is just still a negate, which is nice. Side decks really focus around P.U.N.K and shit, because I lose the Scythe, of course, so I play a D6 to kind of counter that. Make sure they don't get there. This, like, can be bad, since they can make Fleur early, or maybe even Herald early, or just have Brave early, where this card's like nuts versus the P.U.N.K deck, but Nibiru, like, with Salamangreat coming back, people are still playing Tri-Brigade in the Dragon Link Mirror versus Sorcel. This card's just really good.
People don't respect it anymore.
Yeah, like, people are starting to respect it again. Like, it's one of those cards that's like, it falls out of favor because everyone respects it, then people start playing again and no one respects it, and then people start respecting it again, so you kind of have to cut it. And we're right now in like a very awkward spot where good people are respecting it and bad people aren't, but are you really siding cards for bad people? Like, that's how like this card feels right now, so I'm not really certain on it. But it would probably be something I'd rather main deck. Like, I was talking to Bruce about this deck a little bit, and we were both considering playing Nibiru and Gamma in main over the P.U.N.K engine, since that's just like 50-50 if you're opening the good cards or the bad cards of the engine, where this card can just like eat a Baron negate, and then just you can play through the rest of the field easily. Yeah, draw should be in every side deck right now, I think, with like Flander still running around and P.U.N.K decks being oppressive. Then the Shooting Riser cards, so Token Collector, Banshee, Zombie World. This is what makes these kind of decks like dumb as shit. Since you can just side out in like the Snow in main is like obvious, and is probably just like still the best target. But just having access to these in your combo is just dumb as shit. Like, this card just absolutely shits on like any Brave deck. Plus, it has like the Sword Soul effect. Since if you like end on a spheres with Tome Collector and Grave, you're just winning against Sword Souls, and you just can bounce like the tuner for the Tengies and then have this for the Sword Soul cards. So like they need to have like the best hand in the game ever to like play through that. And like these are just there for Salamon Grade, Flander. Even in the mirror match you can side it in.
Yeah, there's a couple of random things that this is really good against for some reason.
Yeah, like I think against Lunalight I also sided in going first. It was like they cannot make Wise Tricks, they cannot like make Tiger King. It was all very awkward for them. It's like if I made the Banshee. Then final 6 was Twin Twister. This probably should have been Storm. But like I'm still kind of scared for Anti-Spell. Like this deck doesn't lose a barrier because you can play like Link monsters and Synchro monsters. It doesn't really matter which one you do. But I was still scared of Anti-Spell. So I felt like having this was nice, but like Anti-Spell isn't really a problem most of the time, so you can just like quick launch, clear the Anti-Spell, and then like go Brave Engine, you know? So this probably should have been Lightning Storm to like even have more stuff for the Sword Soul matchup. And the final card is Dark Ruler, which is there to like again play around the Scythe decks with the hand traps inside. But like some people can play around it. Like for example, that's why I play the E-Tally stuff. So I can just like do full combo, set an E-Tally or set a quick launch, and be able to like make my hot red life against a Dark Ruler. But it's super 50-50. I'm not sure about Dark Ruler yet, but it puts in its work. There's like still some people on like Triff Gaming style, like doing 20 plus negates and then discard just wins the match, especially with the Borrel and Dragon.
All right, solid. I think that Dragon Link is in a pretty good spot this meta. It's just still the good old deck it always was, really.
Yeah, the deck's just nuts. It like again they should do something about it since this deck just always stays alive and does always have like something dumb to do, and now they have the Borrel and Dragon, which just fucking.
Yeah, there's like every time that it becomes like a little bit less good, they bring out like one card and you're like, okay, I guess that I'll try it again, and then it's like really good, but then you like forget it exists, and then well. New boss monster.
The only thing they can really do is like ban Striker Dragon, I feel like, or like limiting Trace or banning or limiting Quick Launch or something. But those are all just like, it's like Sword Soul in that sense. So you cannot really hit the engine, but the engine is like.
I mean, they'll probably just limit Boot Sector Call today, like they did with Shooting Riser.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh well, it is what it is. Let's see what this deck can do in the near future. Thanks for the deck profile. Go check out Suffer Streams. The link is always in the description down below. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one.
Shopping.